Welcome to Blueprint Radio. I'm your host, Martin Williams. Here we help you create a blueprint for your life. So let's build.
Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. All the links to the podcast can be found at guidedexpressions.com/podcast with an S, or wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. So today I wanted to talk to you from the subject of deposits before withdrawals. Okay. So when you talk about your bank account, I assume that you have some money in there, and some people have more money than others. And so if you're going to have any kind of money in your bank account, you have to deposit some money, right? Either you deposit that money, or it comes from your job, or it comes from some other avenue, but the deposit has to happen before the withdrawal happens. This is a very simple principle. You don't need me to explain it to you, but in life, a lot of people are trying to withdraw before they deposit. And what happens is that two things will happen. Either you overdraw the account, or the account gets closed. If you try to take out more money than you have in your bank account, your account's going to overdraft, and eventually they're going to close your account. So if you know that happens in the financial world, why do you think it's any different in the spiritual world, or in the natural world, or in any other area of your life? A lot of people are trying to withdraw before they deposit. They're trying to withdraw business income, but they haven't deposited the work. They haven't deposited a product. They haven't deposited sales, as far as, selling to a prospect or a customer. They haven't deposited the necessary ideas into things that will generate money. It's very simple. The issue is that we wait too long to deposit before the need comes. So there's a need in your life right now. There's a present need in your life right now. And I'll use money because that affects the vast majority of people. There's a need for income. You have to pay rent. You have to pay mortgage. You have to pay car note. You have to pay kids' college fund. You have to keep the lights on and everything else. So you have to work in order to produce a deposit, right? Whether it's from your job or whether it's from a business, you have to put in the work, and that work translates into money, which then translates into a deposit, which then translates in you being able to use that money to take care of your needs. So if you're struggling in business, you might be saying, I'm not getting any traction on my business. It's usually one of a few things. It's either you're not putting in the work, you're putting in the work, but you're getting impatient, or you're putting in work that is not valued by the people who will be paying you. So let's say that you are a social media influencer, right? And you're saying, okay, well, I put up posts 3-4 times a day, and I've been doing that for 2 months, and nobody's reached out for a collaboration. Nobody's reached out for a sponsorship. Well, there might be a couple of reasons for that. Even though you are being active, are you producing the type of content that the sponsor wants to see? Okay. If Target wants to sponsor someone, they're probably going to sponsor someone who tags them in their post, wears the clothes that they are selling, or using the products that they're selling and producing. Okay. In that case, when you do that, Target says, okay, this person is buying our stuff. They like our stuff. And then they're generating a following. Let's work with this particular person because, they are they're providing value to us, right? They're providing value to Target. And so Target says, I'll provide value to you. Business is very simple. Okay. The only reason that you're not making money is because you're not providing value, or you're not providing enough value to the people who will pay you. This is not complicated. Okay. If you are in any kind of coaching business or any type of counseling business or what have you, you might say, well, I don't have any customers right now. Well, what type of value are you providing to those potential clients? If you're not providing any value, they've got no reason to do business with you. Does that make sense? You can post all day long. You can make podcasts all day long. But if you're not providing tangible value, okay? If you're not providing value, then people have no reason to exchange value with you, because you're not operating from that first principle of making a deposit. By providing value to that person, you're making a deposit, okay? And when you make a deposit, you have every right to withdraw when you need it. Far too many people are trying to withdraw without making a deposit first. So what I would tell that influencer is, buy the clothes that Target makes, right? Use the products that Target makes, and then post about it. And then continuing to post about it, you're going to start getting traction. You're going to start getting, you start tagging them, and then, they're going to start, reaching out to you. It's only a matter of time because you're providing value to them. Okay. Now it's a Target, when you talk about a Target, Target is, a large corporation, huge corporation, right? So maybe finding a smaller business to collaborate with is more advantageous for you as an influencer, because they have less of a following, less in order to get to the head person, right? That there's a ton of levels in Target that you got to work through to get to the CEO. But if you're trying to work with a small business, there's less levels. Okay, but I don't want to get too far off on that. I just want you to understand that you got to make those deposits, right? So if your business isn't working, let's say for me, I do web design, right? What I would tell someone who does web design, trying to build up their clientele, is how are you providing value to people who are your potential clients, right? You got to start providing value in order for them to exchange value with you. Providing value isn't showing up in someone's DMs talking about, hey, need a website? That's not value. Okay, you're not providing any value. A better way to do that would be to go to their webpage and say, hey, I noticed that you don't have a mobile responsive site. So here's why that's important. If your website doesn't look good on a mobile device, that's over half of your traffic that will move on to someone else because your site is not visible on a mobile device, right? You just gave some value. Okay. And as you do that and do that more and more and more, what are you doing? You're making deposits. Right? Let's say you want to lose weight and you want to withdraw better health. You got to make those deposits every single day. You got to, put in the exercise, put in the right eating, drinking the water, taking the vitamins and all of these things, right? These are deposits. And then over time, you're going to be able to withdraw better health. This is a very simple principle, but for a lot of people, they try to circumvent the law and circumvent the way that life works, and it usually ends up in failure. So playbook principle number 20, the playbook is my course that is one of the ways that I've been able to turn my life around, and hopefully I can help other people turn their life around as well. Playbook principle number 20 is you have to take action, right? So what this talk has hopefully done is illustrate the need for you to make more deposits in life, right? When you make more deposits than withdrawals, and whether it's in numeration or in value, you will have more surplus than deficit. And in time, you won't be struggling, whether it's financially or any other part of your life, because you understand that I've got to make more with deposits than withdrawals, right? What are you going to do about it? What action are you going to take to back this new belief? Okay, because a belief without action just becomes a thought. Right. And that's why a lot of people, diets don't work, life changes don't work, because they hear something really cool, but they don't put any action towards it. So what are you going to take action on today to begin making more deposits in your life than withdrawals? Write that down and then come to Facebook and tell me about it. Tell me what's that one action that you're going to take to make more deposits than withdrawals. So thank you so much for listening to Blueprint Radio. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to Blueprint Radio. For more information on Martin Williams coaching and products, please go to guidedexpressions.com or visit me on Facebook as well as Instagram.